Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman. It's time for another unboxing. This is a fanless NAS device from QNAP that's kind of unique actually. It has some ability to connect up to your TV, and if you are running it with solid-state drives, it will be completely quiet. So it might be a neat little way to incorporate storage into your home theater without having any noise going on. So we're going to unbox it here. I'm recording on a separate mic because I had some audio issues when I was doing the actual unboxing, so I'll be narrating what I've already done. So this is the main unit here, $799 for this one. So again, it's on the higher end of the price scale here, but it is more of a premium device. It's got an Intel Gemini Lake processor, quad-core. That should make it pretty decent as a Plex server, and we'll be testing the Plex server capabilities in our full review that we'll have on the main channel at lon.tv. It's pretty nice looking, actually. A little on the heavy side, given that it is fanless. That entire top portion is a heat sink. It's screwed on, so it takes a little bit of effort to get into it. But most of what you need to do for the purposes of swapping hard drives can be done without a screwdriver, and I'll show you how that works in a second. So we're going to flip this over now and take a look at all the ports that are on the back. Now you'll notice it's got two Ethernet jacks, and the one on the right there is a 10 gigabit Ethernet connector, and we've got a 10 gig hub here now, so we'll test it out and see what kind of bandwidth you can get out of this thing. Next to it is a USB Type-C port for USB devices. You got USB 2 and USB 3. You've got a bunch of audio inputs and outputs because this is kind of like a little computer too, along with display outputs. So it's possible to actually use this as a home theater PC or just a PC in general over that HDMI, and we'll take a look at what you can do with those in the full review that you'll find on lon.tv. Now you've got two options for hard drives on this one. The first is the easiest option, which is to use the drive bays on the front. That plastic piece comes off with just a simple tug. It's magnetically connected. And then you've got two drive bays that'll take a full-size 3.5-inch drive, or you could use something smaller like a 2.5-inch SSD, which of course will be completely quiet. You can screw it down to the bottom of that plate there, pop it back in, and get yourself some fast drives with no sound at all. So that'll pop right in there. There are two M2 SATA slots inside the NAS device, which we'll take a look at now. So the entire top of the case is a big heat sink. It is all metal, and you can see there's a thermal pad there that will connect up to the processor. I'm not too crazy about that thermal pad. I would have liked to have maybe seen them give you some thermal paste in the box so you can reapply it every time you pull that thing off. So I don't think they're intending for you to go into this all that often, and that chip is just exposed there with just a thermal pad. Now the two M2 slots are right there, labeled 1 and 2, and that is where you screw in those drives to get going with that. Now those drives though are used for caching only, so I don't believe you can have them work in conjunction with the other two drives that you have as a big RAID array. They'll be there to speed up the process of getting access to files that you're frequently using. But again, it's not going to be part of your RAID array. They are a supplement to the two drives that you have installed in the larger bays there. You'll also notice there are two RAM slots on here. This one is maxed out at 8 gigabytes, so there's no need to go in and upgrade it because you really can't go beyond what's already there. But I'm guessing they must sell a configuration with a lesser amount of RAM, which might cost a little bit less, but if you're doing things like Docker and virtualization, you may want the memory in there. So we're going to put the cover back on now, and let's take a look and see what is inside the accessory box that comes with it. So in there, you get a remote control. That's for the TV stuff. You have an installation guide, a little quick setup guide there for getting going right out of the gate. Some batteries for the remote control and some screws for the hard drives. Now, these are additional thermal pads for your M2 SATA drives. It won't work with M2 NVMe, by the way, just M2 SATA. And they give you some instructions as to where to apply those thermal pads, which you'll definitely want to do. Got two Ethernet cables in the box there and a power adapter, a rather large one, for getting everything going. So we're going to have a full review of this coming up very soon on my main channel at lon.tv. I got to play around with some stuff here, so stay tuned. I think it'll be a unique NAS device for us to take a look at. Stay tuned. This channel is brought to you by the lon.tv supporters, including gold-level supporters, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.